I was recently asked on YouTube about building your very first web app. So let me just run through the points that's going to address this guy's question. So you've done a few online tutorials, some basic project tutorials. You know the basics of HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, PHP, and but you don't know how to do things off the top of your head. Somebody said to you, okay, let's set up a framework, an MVC framework like Laravel. You're still going to have to refer to notes, maybe go check out a video on it, just to remind yourself, or maybe setting up a database, whatever. This is normal when you're first starting out. And in fact, for the first few projects, you're going to be, even with the basic structure of things, your database, your MVC framework, whatever, you're going to be referring to online tutorials. You might be asking questions on forums. You might be, going to videos. That's normal. That's just, part of web development. But in time, you will get better. You're going to develop more and more skill sets, and eventually these things will become easy for you. You'll be able to set up not Zen, you'll be able to set up your framework like this. You'll be able to design your database without having to refer to, documentation to how to best design a database, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I can guarantee you, even though you will be able to do those things without having to refer to outside sources of information, you'll still find things in your project where you're going to have to do research. This is just the way it goes with development. So active developers, even the best of the world, are always checking out forums, researching, watching new videos, reading new books. This is just the way it goes. So don't worry about it. But again, the good thing, as you become more experienced, you're going to know more and more and more, so you're going to have to do this a little bit less. And you're going to be actually quicker at researching because you're going to have a better idea of how to look for things, what to look for, and so on. And it will just become easier and easier. That's why experienced developers are actually, in the end, much cheaper than beginners, because an experienced developer will be able to zero in on something and get to the solution right away. So yeah, that's the way that goes. One other point, what you find over time as you develop more and more skills, you'll start forgetting other stuff. There's only so much you can fit in your brain, at least for me anyway. So keep that in mind. Don't worry that you forget stuff. That's just normal. The key is to really just have a good understanding of the basics, the basic principles, the basic structures, good practices. So you understand the basics of MVC, you understand how to write clean code. These kind of things stay with you. The details about the syntax or the details about this framework or that code, it's not super important. As long as you have an understanding of the basic principles and ideas and you can execute, these things will come very quickly. So that's pretty much it. I hope that answered the question if you're the guy who put it to me and you're watching this, and I hope everybody else finds it useful.